The self glorification trap. These days, a lot of people do affirmations I am great, I'm unbeatable, I'm unstoppable, I rule the world, and I am the most beautiful person. And one of my friend had written on the mirror that you are watching the most beautiful person in the world. Or some people will put selfies on social media, and most of the times the captions are about self glorification. I think this is a big trap that we lay for ourselves. And usually when people have a healthy self image, we don't have to really go around beating drums and announcing to the world that I am this and I'm that, and self glorify ourselves. Paradoxically, what must be happening with such self glorification statements is that internally we may actually be in conflict. I was actually talking to one of my workshop participants, and when post workshop we were in coaching calls, and when this topic came up, and he said that I do this because internally I know that I haven't accepted myself fully, and I feel a sense of deficit. Now, all these self help books have taught us, when you feel something like this, just rise and make yourself feel stronger by doing affirmations. Friends, affirmations don't work like these. Affirmations work when you also have a corresponding healthy internal state. Imagine your inner state is of the feeling of self deficit. Your inner state is of the feeling of you don't match up. Your inner state is of self neglect, and you're just trying to verbalize these affirmations. It's not going to work. Maybe temporarily it's just patching up and whitewashing the deeper issue, and hoping that you start harnessing this healthy self-esteem. But it doesn't work like that. What instead of this, what you have to do is just become aware of the drama that your mind plays with you. All these affirmations or self deprecation happens in the realm of thought and emotion. So whenever we are going through these thoughts of self defeat, self deprecation, we could just bring the energy of mindfulness that I'm going into a negative spiral. We don't have to play this battle all the day trying to replace the negative with the positive. Just this energy of mindfulness, just becoming aware of the functioning of the mind, can get us out of this trap. And then, of course, there's no denial that you can keep working on getting better, but also at the same time, you have to keep working on creating this healthy inner state. With this state, you will not have the need to continuously go and self glorify yourself. In fact, when we do such self glorification, somebody will come and give us some critical feedback, and we will have a miserable week ahead because we are not confronting our inner reality for what it is. We are just trying to mask it. Masking is not going to work. Sometimes we have to come face to face with what is there, not to judge or criticize it, but to realize it that it is there. And then slowly, with this higher level of awareness, transformation can start happening. We don't have to be in this self conflicting internal state and external state, because what happens is whatever is there strong within will anyways reflect outside in very minute ways. And the downside of of self glorification is that we may start looking down upon others, and we may also largely start feeling disconnected with other people, and this is not a healthy way to live. And to the point that sometimes people self glorify themselves so much that they stop looking inward honestly, and also being vulnerable starts becoming a challenge, because all the time you're trying to portray that you are larger than life. And therefore sometimes our social greetings are also, when somebody asks us how are you, then we say top of the world, amazing. We cannot be 24/7 amazing. Sometimes we have low days. Sometimes we have these vulnerable, delicate, fragile moments. And when we continuously are trying to self glorify ourselves, we go away from our inner world. We also start putting up a huge facade. I think this back in turn leads to unhealthy internal states. And so therefore I believe mindfulness is a beautiful tool where you don't have to struggle with all this. Just look for what it is, and slowly you will see that just acknowledging what is there within can help you to to start looking towards new possibilities. Thank you very much.